Welcome back to the channel again. And what we are going to look at today are the 10 hidden faceless niches that are still untouched, but they're not going to be for long. So let's see how we can capitalize on these very, very fast. When you look at this one is called Quantum Arsenal. They have 48 videos, and what they are doing, they're only explaining videos about different kinds of new technologies, but they are zeroing down mostly to fighter jets. They already have 346,000 views. Now this niche is very, very lucrative, and the revenue per mil is even higher than $15. But when you look at how they're doing their thumbnail, the thumbnails are quite consistent. They're showing these planes, which are fighter planes, but their text is quite distinct. It's a white text which has a red background and also a black background for the text that is below. So that is one of the things that I noticed. But also what I noticed is that what they talk about, they show in the thumbnail, which is quite unique. When you're going into this niche, this is a niche where people want to learn more information because they truly don't know about these planes and how they work, how they function. You want to do your research, and when you do research, you want to emulate the style of how they're doing. You can see that these videos are quite lengthy. They are 30 minutes. They're mostly over 30 minutes. This is also another consistent element that I've seen with them. Most of the videos are over, we can say, over 30 minutes, which is quite unique and good. You want to do videos that are quite long. So what you're going to do is like a documentary kind of style that you're going to go into, but it is definitely lucrative. When you look at these videos and you go and let's check out the most popular videos. The most popular videos already, this one is 1 month ago, which already has 46,000 views. This one is also 4 days ago, which has 36,000 views. So that means that the channel is growing. It is growing steadily, and it is something that you can be able to do because even the competition is not really high. People are looking for these kinds of videos, but you can definitely be able to dominate when it comes to doing these videos. This one is good. It's called Minecraft. They have 44 videos already, 11,000 subscribers, and they have 432,000 views, which is quite good. So what are they talking about? What they are talking about mostly, they're talking about issues that are different. Topics are very different: finance, psychology, science, tech, economics, self-improvement. They are zeroing down to different kinds of topics, but the way they explain these concepts is quite simple, and they're posting on a daily basis, and they are growing. You can see that they have tried what they have tried is that they are posting videos that are 10 minutes longer, which is something that you want to do. You want these videos to be quite longer, but also you want to look at the outliers. What are those videos that are doing well? When we go in the popular videos, we see that there are videos that were done 2 months ago. This video was done 2 months ago, and it already has 249,000 views. This one 3 months ago, it has 58,000 views. So you want to look at these videos that have done well, that are already blowing up, or videos that are blown up. How were they designed? How were thumbnails created? You want to zero down to those if you're going to enter into such a niche. But this, given that it is a financial niche, that is something that can put you ahead, because you can be able to even work with a revenue per mil of over $30, which is quite high. Now this one also, which is on the list, it's called Nostalgia Explained. They have quite a fewer number of videos, 9 videos, but they already have 276,000 views. I love the simplicity of how they are developing these videos. This channel is not really that old. It's a very new channel, but they are doing quite well. When you look at this video, the most viewable video, it already has 292,000 views. Now I want you to look at the consistency when it comes to thumbnails. I always emphasize the issue of the thumbnails. You want to have that kind of consistency, because consistency is very important. It is very important for you to keep consistent when it comes to how you create the titles, how you create the thumbnails, because when you create a distinct kind of brand, it is going to be very good for your audience, because they are going to understand you in a much more better way. They are going to know the style in which you're doing your videos. But also, when it comes to the issue of getting brand deals, you want to be able to capitalize on brand deals. And the way you capitalize on brand deals is by making your videos quite distinct and very, very good. So this channel is really growing, and I believe it's going to be a channel that is going to do even well, because what they are doing, they are explaining things in a very, very simple way and simple format. This is something that you can do. These videos are very doable. You can use a tool. If you have time, you can use a tool like Canva, and Canva can help you to do the different kinds of explanations that you're going to use as a layover over the voiceover that you can do. The voiceover, you can do it for yourself. You can use tools like 11 Labs, which is quite good, but also you can use tools like Gen AI Pro, which is quite cheaper compared to the pricing of 11 Labs. So these are things that you can capitalize on. Now, before we go any further, if you've forgotten to subscribe to this channel, I'm going to ask you to look at your subscription button and please subscribe. The reason why you subscribe to such a channel is that on every day, what we are doing is that we are bringing new perspective of various faceless channels that are going to help you get an understanding of how you can enter into this space, how you can do the videos, and what you can capitalize on to make money. So we guarantee that on every single day you are going to have access to new niches that are already blowing up, niches that you can capitalize on and be able to make money. So if it is something that you want, then you are part of us. Please subscribe to the channel, and thank you for the subscription. Let's continue. Now, this one is also interesting. It is in the homeless niche, homeless life stories. So what they're doing, they're showing stories about homelessness and homeless people in various cities in the United States. They have 35 videos, and they've done already 931,000 views, which is quite high when it comes to the number of videos. Now, I want you to look at the simplicity and the consistency of the thumbnails. The thumbnails are quite emotional because they show these figures mostly who are homeless, but also the way they depict them, it's quite catchy and emotional to the people who want to view these videos. Now, the channel is blowing up. When you look at the oldest video was done only 1 month ago. So I'm showing you a channel that is 1 month old. And this one is quite interesting. But the way they are doing their thumbnails are quite consistent. They quite tell a consistent kind of story, and they quite evoke a consistent emotion. Now, this is very important. When you're doing these kinds of videos, you want to get to know that if I am appealing to an audience, because the audience that you will be appealing to if you're going into such a niche, it's going to be mostly in the United States, but it's going to be people who really want to avoid these kinds of scenario, homelessness, people who are looking to buy homes, people who are looking to get access to apartments that are quite affordable, people who are looking to use their finances and work within their financial means to be able to get themselves decent housing. You want to appeal to these audiences with a thumbnail that is going to appeal to them emotionally. You know, people really act mostly on the emotion of fear. So when you look at this channel, it's the emotion that they are trying to evoke. It is an emotion. It is a fear kind of related emotion of people who want to avoid these kinds of scenarios, homelessness. But the way they are even doing these are videos that can be done at a quite low price when you rent out the services to someone who's doing them on platforms like Fiverr, where they can be able to do these videos for you. But also, when you look at the consistency in terms of the length, these videos are 20 minutes longer. Some of them are even 30 minutes longer, but they're 20 minutes and above, which is quite good. So people watch for a lengthy time, and I believe this channel is even making over $25,000 when it comes to how they put out the ad revenue that they are getting. But also, there are people who are there there is revenue that you can make in terms of brand deals, but also you can be able to capitalize on affiliate marketing, because there are very many brands that can be able to advertise on this kind of channel. But also what you can do, these affiliate kinds of deals, you can get them to people who are really in the real estate niche, where people are looking for different kinds of services of how to look for houses, platforms that are showing different kinds of rent spaces that are free. So you can even be able to capitalize mostly on affiliate marketing for other products that are in this housing niche, but also you can capitalize on brand deals. This is one of the most lucrative channels that you can venture into. You can see it's 1 month old and it's already doing well. So please try and look into that and see how you can be able to capitalize on that. The other one is called Senior Vital Health. They have 82 videos already and they've done 4.6 million views. What are they talking about? What they're talking about is they're giving healthy tips to people who are 60 years and older. And when you look at such a demographic, these people really pay. So even the revenue per mil, when it comes to these videos, it is going to be high, because first of all, it's a health niche. The health niche already has a high revenue per mil. But also when it comes to the target audience, which is people who are 60 years and older, they also have a higher revenue per mil. So coupling these two things, you are going to be able to blow up when you decide to go into such a niche. Now, I'm going to tell you, I already have these kinds of videos, and the channel that I'm running, it's really making money. Now, when you are going into this kind of niche, you want to mostly zero down on topic research. It is very important for you to do research in the topics that are blowing up. You don't want to reinvent the wheel. Look at the channels that are working out well. How are they designing their thumbnails? If they're designing their thumbnails in a unique way, how are you going to capitalize on their exact kind of design? And when you capitalize on their exact kind of design, how are you going to do the videos? What style are you going to use to do these videos to ensure that they work out very well? This is a niche that can bring you a revenue per mil of even over $18. And when your videos are blowing up, you can be able to make quite some good money, because when you look at the 82 videos that they have done, they already have 4.6 million views, which is quite huge, and you can be able to make a huge lump sum of money from AdSense. But also you can be able to make a huge amount of money when you're selling digital products when it comes to such a channel. This is such a channel where you can be able to capitalize on digital products that you can sell to give more tips on how people can stay healthy, the different kinds of foods that they can eat to even stay to have a better life given their age, which is something that can even work out more for you when you're doing these videos. So let's go into the next niche. The next niche on this list is called Unclassified. So Unclassified is quite a channel that is really intriguing. They're doing videos that are declassifying different kinds of elements like security. They're doing videos about the US defense. They're explaining things like the international watch list. Mostly they're explaining things that normally you wouldn't have information about. They've done 58 videos and they already average 2.9 million views, going to 3 million views, which is quite good when it comes to the little number of videos that they've done, because they've done 58 videos. Now, I want you to look at the consistency of their thumbnails. The thumbnails are quite consistent. They're quite consistent, and they are trying to show the things that they are trying to declassify, or to explain things that are simple. Mostly they're explaining things in the United States, but they're also explaining things in other countries, which is something that you can capitalize on. These are videos that can be done. They're very simple. You can do these videos for yourself. When you look at the length of their videos, it is not consistent. Now, when you're going into such a niche and you want to also capitalize on what they're doing, because I see when you look at the most popular videos that they have, it was done 4 months ago. It already has 888,000 views. So this is something that can be doable. In a little span, you can be able to even make more better videos and even get more better views. What I would do if I were to go into such a niche, I would first of all do longer videos, because some of these videos are 6 minutes long, 4 minutes long. You don't want to do that. You want to do videos that are 10 minutes longer. But what I would do personally, I would do videos that are even 20 minutes longer to give people the capacity to even watch on and get to know these concepts in a most simplest way, but to watch them and get to explain to them in depth of these very topics that I'm talking about. The consistency when it comes to the thumbnails, I would love to maintain that, because it is something that you can maintain, but also the simplicity of the topics. What they're using the word every when they're starting out their topics. Every U.S. Defense Agency explained, every international watch list explained, every Five Eyes Agency explained. So you want to maintain the style of the titles, how they are formulating these titles. Of course, you're not going to do similar titles. You're going to do quite different titles, but the style and the simplicity of the titles, you want to maintain that, because it's really working out well. The thumbnails are working out well. You also want to capitalize on the style of how they are editing their videos, which is quite good and working out well and blowing up. The next channel that we have on the list, it's also really good. It's called World War II POW Diaries, WW2 POW Diaries. They've done 80 videos, and with these 80 videos, they already have 712,000 views. Now, when you look at these videos, the most popular video already has a 202,000 views, which is quite good. The videos have started to blow up. This one was done 13 days ago. The next one, which is most popular, was done 10 days ago, and the next one in the queue was done 13 days ago. When I look at this channel, which is not quite old, when you look at the videos they've done, they started doing videos 4 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago, and when you look at these videos that started out, they didn't quite work out well, which is something that I always tell YouTubers. Your videos might not work out well the first time, because YouTube is trying to understand, the algorithm is trying to understand your videos, the types of videos that you're doing, the demographics for which you're doing the videos, for the audiences that you're sending the videos to. So they are trying to understand, but as they understand these videos, the videos are quite going to pick up, because when you see the most popular videos, the videos which are latest 13 days ago, 10 days ago, they're doing quite well, and the channel was started 4 weeks ago. So this is one of the easiest channels that you can go into. But definitely, you want to look at how they are depicting their stories, mostly how they are telling their story even before someone goes to the real story. In the videos, they're already telling these stories with the thumbnails, but they also have a distinct kind of way of choosing out topics. Their topics are quite related to the scenarios that happened to women in the World War II, and how the women were relating with different kinds of soldiers. So it's quite unique. It's not like any other history niche. It's quite unique, and it's doing well. But also the videos are quite lengthy. They're doing videos that are 39 minutes long, 33 minutes long, 38 minutes long, which is quite over 30 minutes longer. So that is something that I have also noticed. But also when it comes to the emotions that are in or the activities that are depicted in the thumbnails, it's quite good, and it's working out well. Like this one, which was done 1 day ago, it already has 6,000 views, which is something that is doing well. So this is how I would capitalize on such a niche. I would really capitalize on the length of the videos, which is quite good. The way they are doing they are creating their thumbnails is quite simple, no text, but the images are quite clear, and they tell the story. But also how they are doing their narrations in the videos, and the way they are formulating their topics. These are things that you can capitalize on and be able to make these kinds of videos. Now this one is also something good. It is called Casual Car Dude. They are in the car niche. They've done 19 videos already. They have 1.1 million views. This is something good. Now what are they doing? They're doing videos, and what they're explaining about is mostly different kinds of cars. And the way they're doing this, it is by creating a layover, which is something that you can do in Canva if you're very comfortable and conversant with it. And you can get images of these very cars that you're talking about. So as you are explaining, as you've created the voiceover and you're explaining, you can be able to bring images of these very cars, and you relate the stories to what you are explaining. So this is something that you don't even have to rent out the services of any video editor. You can be able to do such a channel and nail it in Canva. And if you understand the concept of how you can do videos, you can even outsmart this kind of channel, because when you look at their posting consistency, they posted this video 2 weeks ago, and then after that they posted 6 days ago, then after that they posted 1 day ago, which is quite spaced. When you're going into such a niche, you want to post on every single day. So when you understand how to do these kinds of videos, you can be able to capitalize on that and even outsmart channels that are already doing well in this niche, like this very channel. So when you look at the most popular videos that they have done, the most popular videos is already 1 month ago, and it has 204,000 views already. So that means there is potential for even the videos to even get more views when you get a unique and distinct way of how you can explain them in the simplest terms, because people have these different cars and they're already looking, but also looking at the history of these cars and explaining these things in a much more better way, with even the way the titles are formulated in the most simplest way. It is really quite lucrative and good, and I believe this channel is already making over $15,000 with the way they are explaining these concepts, because the car niche already has a high revenue per mil, but even the way you put out the information, it is quite simple, and I believe it is something that you can capitalize on. The other channel that you can really venture into and make money, it's called the Money Dude. Now they have 13 videos. They have 3,000 subscribers, and they already have 162,000 views. Now, what I loved about this channel is that they are explaining money related concepts, but the way they explain them is with quite simplicity. When you look at the most popular video that they don't have so many videos. The videos are starting to blow up. This one was done 2 weeks ago. It already has 115,000 views. This one 3 weeks ago, 34,000 views. This one 10 days ago, 7,000 views. Now, you can do these kinds of videos because the explaining is really quite simple. What you want to do when you're doing these kinds of videos, you want to do videos that are quite lengthy, and they're doing that 15 let's say 15 minutes longer, but also you want to have that kind of consistency. You have to pick out the thumbnails that are consistently working out well for you, and when you understand that style, you have to zero down on that style and create that kind of uniqueness. But also when you are explaining these kinds of videos, you want to give value in terms of what people watch, because when they get value for the first time and they are watching your videos, they're going to come back and they're going to be able to watch even more other videos that you put out. This is something that you can capitalize on. The financial niche is quite high, and you can be able to even get your videos to over $12 when it comes to the RPM, and that would be very good if you can average over 20,000 views per channel, per video. Then it puts you in a higher spot of making more money when it comes to these kinds of videos. Now, the last one on this list is called The Diary of Julius Caesar. What they've done, they have 51 million views. Now, this is crazy. I saved this for last because the channel blew my mind. It blew my mind. When I was doing channel research, I was baffled because they have already just made 109 videos and they already have 51 million views. This is quite very high. This is one of the highest that I've seen in the channels that I've been researching about, mostly on this very channel of ours. Now, what are they doing? The thumbnails are quite intriguing, but they are doing videos about things that happened and things that are really happened in the past, and things that were not really comfortable to different kinds of people and in different areas. They're doing videos about the Soviet Union, about ancient Rome, the horrific things that happened, deprivation videos of things, and things that people did in the past that were not really good, and how they affected people. Now, what I've noticed is that their videos are quite lengthy. And they're averaging over 40 minutes when it comes to the length of the videos. Now, when you're going into such a niche, you want to study the most viral videos. This is a concept that I want to teach you. When you are going into these kinds of videos, you want to look at the most popular video. The most popular videos will show you the style of, you can see that, like this video, which has 4 million views already. It says the most horrible traps used in the Vietnam War. So the way they are depicting out the emotions in these videos, the emotions matter. You want people to relate to these videos in a much more better way. So the more you relate, you put out this story when it comes to the thumbnails and the titles, the more people are going to click on your videos, and they are doing this quite well when it comes to most of the thumbnails. So the thumbnails are quite emotional, but they connect very well to the titles, and the narrations are also on point, and the stories are done in the most distinct way. So this is one of the channels that you can also capitalize on. Now, if you love what we do, because every single day we put out the video to allow you to get a better sense of the different kinds of niches, faceless niches that you can venture into and make money on every single month. So if you love these kinds of videos, I'm going to call upon you to please subscribe to the channel, because you don't want to miss out the new videos that we put out every day, and the value that comes with having a variety of niches that you can choose from, easy niches that you can go into, and in a space of a few months be able to start earning money that you're not even earning currently at your job. So if you want to have that kind of access, you're one of us. Please subscribe to this channel, and see you in the next video.